We're going to be making the easiest rolls you could possibly make. I have a bread maker, but making these by hand with a hand mixer is way easier than using that bread maker for this recipe. So you're going to start, we're making a double batch. There's no need to make a small batch when you can store these in the freezer or the refrigerator till tomorrow, tonight and tomorrow night, or in the freezer for up to 30 days. Okay, we've started with 3 cups of flour. We're going to add 1 tablespoon of table salt. Make sure this is table salt to activate your yeast correctly. And then we're going to add the equivalent of 2 packets of rapid rise yeast. Or if you're doing it in bulk, then you're going to want 2 1/4 teaspoons per packet. So that's going to be 4 1/2 teaspoons that we're going to add in here. Rapid rise or instant yeast. 4 1/2 teaspoons. There we go. And I store this in the fridge in a sealed container. I buy the big package. Okay. And then we have 1/2 cup of sugar. And we're going to give that a quick mix. Whoops, made a mess already. Okay, now we're going to add 3/4 cup, which is 1 1/2 sticks of butter, melted, just slightly melted, not super piping hot, just like 110. Same temperature as most water heaters are set to. 1 1/2 cups of warm water, also 110 degrees. And then we're going to add 1 1/2 cups of warm milk, also 110 degrees. So all of this is like piss warm. Okay, now you're going to get your hand mixer and you're going to put this on medium speed and beat this for 2 minutes. Oh, we forgot the egg. Don't forget the eggs. We're also going to need 2 eggs. Room temperature is better. Now we're going to put this on medium speed and beat this for 2 minutes. So after you beat that for 2 minutes at medium speed, now we're going to stir in 8 cups of flour to make a soft dough. We're going to stir these in just like 1 or 2 at a time. We're going to start with 1. And really don't got to measure this because once you get to that soft dough, you'll know it. That was like 1 1/4. 2 1/2. 3. 4. We're at the 4 1/2 mark. Hey, I might need to go get another bag of sugar or flour. 5. 6. Might have just enough. 7. Well, I'm definitely going to need that much. I just use the back of my spoon to like push down and turn. And I'm using an overly large bowl so that it helps knock down the spilling of flour, which I'm so good at. There might be the exact right amount of flour. Boy, I got lucky. That one takes exactly the same amount of time to make a double batch as it does to make one batch. Okay, and now that we're all in there, I don't have any flour to dip my hands in, but I would suggest dipping your hands in the flour and then just kind of mix it all together. Push down till that's all combined or as soft as you would like. So you don't have to use all that flour, which we probably don't need to. Actually, that is feeling pretty good right there. There we go. Okay, now we're going to get us a sheet of, I don't have any dang plastic wrap, but I'm going to get a little bit of parchment paper to put this on since I don't have plastic wrap. BRB. Okay, so I just got this silicone mat here. You can use plastic wrap if you'd like to use plastic wrap. That'd be one step less. But I do not have plastic wrap in my home. Okay, and we're just going to kind of squeeze this all together until all that flour. Oh, see how much flour is left in my bowl? It's not necessary to use all the flour. Okay, so we're going to kind of squeeze this together until all the dry flour is absorbed. So we don't want any dry spots in there. And I got a couple sticky spots here. Couple sticky spots here. It's kind of like kneading the dough, but we're not really kneading the dough. You don't really have to with this. Okay, now that we got that all incorporated in there, we're going to divide it into two parts. Just like that. There you go. Okay, now shape it into a nice little ball here. Place it down. Shape this into a nice little ball here. Place it down. Now you're going to take some, I got peanut oil, but you could use any type of oil that you'd like. We're just going to oil the outside of this real nice. Make sure it doesn't dry out. Then do this one here. Got a little piece of dry stuff right there. Just kind of push it together. Yeah. Now we're going to flip it over. Flip it over. And then we're going to oil the bottom part. We don't want it to dry out. Okay, there we go. See, I didn't even need to flour my hands or my work surface. Look at that. Okay, and make sure it's all tucked together, because like this seam right here, you want to really kind of make it smooth when it goes into the storage. There we go. Nice and smooth. Okay. That's fun. Oh, this. How does that go? It's all about the dough. About the dough. No trouble. I have some of these bread storage bags. They have print on the outside, so you don't want to use these inside out. But what I like to do is turn it inside out to start with. Now our print's on the inside. Then you put your hands right in here like this, and you'll pick it up and slide it on. And you gotta stuff it in there, and then you don't have to touch it. Okay, set that aside. Well, we'll kind of shape that into a nice ball using the bag here. You could wrap this up in saran wrap also. It doesn't have to be a bag. You could even put it into a reusable storage container. Okay, get all the air out as best you can. There you go. Now, seal that up. Put one in the fridge and one in the freezer if you want, but I'm putting both of mine in the refrigerator because I'm going to cook these up tomorrow. And you're going to want to let this sit in the refrigerator for at least 2 hours, but up to 24 hours. So these are great if you want to make ahead for tomorrow night's dinner and tonight's dinner, or 30 days from now because you got it in the freezer. There's some space in here. I can't find any space. Oh, here's some space. And repeat with this other one. Turn it inside out first so that we don't have that paint touching our food. When I make rolls out of these this time, I'm going to be making everything seed dinner rolls. I love everything seed bagels. Okay. Get that into a nice tight ball. Get all the air out of there. And put that in the refrigerator for 2 to 24 hours again. Okay, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, this is what your roll dough is going to look like after you let it sit in the fridge for 26 hours, because I'm a little bit behind today. It looks like the bag is just going to blow up and break, but we still have room to kind of punch this down. I'm sure you could let this sit for a little bit longer than the 24 hours. We'll find out. If you got this stored in the freezer, you're just going to let it sit. Pull it out and let it sit in the fridge overnight. Smells like dough. What you gonna do with this messy thing here? Just kind of punch it down, I guess is what they call it. Punch down. There's no need to knead this dough. This is a no-knead dough. You just let the refrigerator do it all. Spread it out as even as you can. If you do a rectangular shape here. Okay, we got a little bit of a rectangular shape going here. Except for that side there. Whew, it's awfully stiff when it's cold. Okay, so we're going to be cutting this into 15 rolls. Yep, so it's always a little bit tricky to try to eyeball that first stretch there. Okay, if we cut one stretch out of the center, and then one stretch over here, and one stretch over here, and now we can cut this into thirds, just like this. There you go, and then cut this. That one's kind of big there. There you go. Now, these two are a little small, and this one's a little big. So we're just going to cut a little bit off of that. Put that one with that. Put that one with that. Now, is there any others that are too big? This one and this one here are just a bit big. Put that one there with that. Then that one there in the center. Put that one there with that. And, well, it looks pretty good to me. All right, so now what you're going to do is kind of work this around. As it warms up, it's going to be a lot more pliable if you kind of shape it around your thumb and finger, and then just push your finger through, and it stretches it to make this nice, soft surface there. Yeah. And then the seam side goes down. And we have this oiled pan ready to go right here. Since we're going to be doing 15, are we going to have one in the center? Yes, we are. We're going to start with that one right there in the center. And anytime you get a little rip or tear like that, you want to make sure that's closed, or those air bubbles won't be able to build up correctly.
You're boring.
You're boring.
Silly pig.
Oh, nice jammies.
Thank you.
I like your jammies.
Look, I got this.
Yeah. Then we're just kind of pushing it into a rectangle. Yeah, that's really cute, babe.
Come on, look.
Just pushing it into a rectangle, really. And then kind of shoving it through. And then folding my corners in. Just like that. Well, it's a lot easier. Then you just kind of use these fingers to pull it back in. There you go. Now, we're going to let these rise for probably be about 45 minutes because of how cold this dough is. When they're doubled in size, then we'll know that it's time. Really, actually, when it's cold like this, it feels firm, just like biscuit dough when you're rolling out the biscuits. And these are going to be giant rolls. This recipe actually makes 24 if you do it the original way. But I like to make 15 giant rolls, according to the original recipe. But you'd only bake 12 at a time in a 9x9 instead of a 9x13. All right, now that we got these all in here, there you go. Now you just cover this. Make sure to keep it in a nice, warm, cozy place for about 45 minutes. This should take 45 minutes. I'm going to actually set a timer for 45 minutes. Okay, and we'll be back. So excited. I just found out both of my casserole dishes fit in the oven side by side.
Oh my God.
Yes. How lucky am I?
Extra lucky.
Use this one for my rolling mat, because this one has handles here. There you go. I've never done 30 rolls at one time before. I did not know I had that capability. I'm so excited. And I just inherited this beautiful stoneware casserole dish that I am so excited to use. It's so soft. All right. We'll be back in 44 minutes. After 1 hour, my kitchen is awfully cold. Look at these beauties. Okay, heat your oven up to 375 degrees. Oh, look at how pretty. Okay, we have 1 egg that we've beat really well with about 1 tablespoon of water. And we're going to brush these over the tops very lightly. I was thinking about doing both of these everything bagels, but I can't make up my mind. It's time to put them in the oven. I still haven't made up my mind. This one here, we're just going to leave plain. And right when they come out of the oven, we're going to brush these with butter. Okay, now we have about a tablespoon of these beautiful everything bagel seeds. And we're just going to sprinkle those all around. Oh, those are so beautiful. Looks pretty and tastes pretty. We're going to put these in the oven at 20 to 25 minutes. I'm going to do 25 minutes because these are so large. This recipe usually does 24 rolls, but you see the size of these things? We're going to do 25 minutes at 375. Okay, we'll be back in 25 minutes. Okay, then right when you start smelling them cooking, that means they're done. Perfect. You just want to tap it. Make sure it sounds hollow if you are questioning whether or not they're done. Oh, those seeds smell so yummy. These ones here, we're not going to do anything to other than cover them with a damp kitchen towel. I usually just use the towel that I've been drying my hands off on while I'm cooking for that. And then these ones here, I got some melted butter here. Get that a little closer. You want to make sure to brush this all around while they're really good and hot. You want to cover those with a damp, slightly damp kitchen towel. Otherwise, the towel will pull all the moisture out of your rolls. And I only have one slightly damp kitchen towel. So this, we're going to have to figure out how to share that one kitchen towel for both pans here. We'll figure it out. You know, once you get these rolls good and coated, try to get down those sides too. Yum. Those are huge rolls. I'm telling you. They're ginormous. Make sure you get all the way down to that edge there. Butter my buns. Alright, now, let's see. Now we just gotta scoot these close enough together they can share that towel to cool off. And these are ready to go into storage until we need them. See you guys next time. Bye.